So, it looks like Moses will be home soon. And honestly, it's about time. Sunni Minx recently went live and shared some heartfelt moments about their connection, his arrest, and when he might finally be getting out. She spoke about how deeply connected they are, to the point where she can literally feel when he's about to call her. She described it like a soul tie or some sort of telepathic connection. It's like every time she's really thinking about him, really locked into her feelings for him, the phone will ring. And sure enough, it's Moses on the line. She said it happens all the time, and she knows it's him calling even before looking at the screen. There's no special ringtone or anything. She just feels it. According to her, this is more than just coincidence, it's something spiritual. She talked a bit about how strong Moses is, especially considering everything he's been through, from losing people close to him to growing up in tough neighborhoods like Walnut Park in St. Louis. He's seen a lot. She explained that her family also came from the north side of St. Louis, and even though they eventually moved out to the county, things haven't gotten much safer. Gentrification has pushed a lot of people out of the city and into the county, and now crime is just as bad, if not worse, in those areas. She was just being real about how things are in St. Louis and how a lot of people don't understand what Moses has gone through and survived. Sunni also cleared up some confusion about why Moses is currently locked up. She made it clear that it's not for any new crimes. Instead, it all goes back to something from his past, something from when he was in his 20s. She said it's related to a probation violation, not any new illegal activity. And according to her, it's all tied to the show. Apparently, just being on the show caused him to get violated. He wasn't supposed to leave St. Louis, but he did for the show, and that's what landed him back behind bars. She admitted that his past caught up with him, but he's not out here committing new crimes. She emphasized that Moses has changed. He wants to live right, grow his business, and be a family man. He's not chasing that old lifestyle anymore. She mentioned how hard this has been for both of them, but gave Moses a lot of credit for staying strong. She said if anyone defines the word strength, it's him. Even though he's locked up, he stays positive and grounded. Sunni shared that she's counting down the days until he comes home, literally. She said it's about 3 months, 2 days, and a few hours until he's released. That's how focused she is on reuniting with him. She also talked about wanting to visit him for his birthday, which is coming up in April. She said she would love to surprise him, but visits take time to get approved, and there's no guaranteed timeline. She's hoping they move quickly so she can be there for him, even if it's not a surprise in the end. She reminisced about the birthday party she planned for him last year, where she tried to surprise him with a trip and a celebration with his closest family and friends. But Moses is the type to ask a million questions. He's very much the who, what, when, where type. She said he questioned her so much, she finally had to spill the beans about the surprise. And even then, he was like, "You could have just surprised me." She laughed about how hard it is to surprise someone who's always trying to figure things out. Sunni joked about how Moses calls her green because she's not as street smart as he is, but she said her intuition is strong, and she always keeps her eyes open. Even with everything going on, she stays focused and grounded, just like Moses. They seem to have a really solid bond, and she's clearly holding it down while he's away. Toward the end of her live, she touched on how people online often make comments without knowing the full story. Some folks thought Moses was doing federal time for a new crime, but she said that's not true. The violation came from being on the show and traveling without permission. She also mentioned something about him not being allowed to open new credit lines or take out loans, but that even that was from past